It's part 2 of my video series on troubleshooting performance and running problems on these old Mercedes V8 engines. This is a very important video because of how many emails and sad stories I've heard over the years. You know, people will get these old V8s and they'll start throwing parts at it, spending a lot of money, taking it into a shop, and all of a sudden it's not running right. They can't get it to run right, and they've spent hundreds of dollars only to find out there were a few things that were never checked. And that's what I want to cover in this video. 3 things in particular that you need to check when you're having any type of running problem with your old V8. Now, we're doing a series of videos on getting this engine running after it's sat for 5 years. But what I'm going to show you here now applies for a current running engine that you're having problems with. And the very first thing you want to check is right here. The coil wire and the distributor cap and the rotor. You cannot believe how many problems I've seen over the years of these old V8s and quitting, not starting, running rough, backfiring, only to find out it was something as simple as just replacing a coil wire right here. This gets burned and it's not making contact, and you'll heat up the engine and you'll be going down the road and it'll just quit just because of a wire right here. And then, of course, getting inside the distributor cap, if a car has sat a long time, it's been out in a high moisture environment, you can get moisture in these caps, it'll start arcing, and the engine won't even start. So before you start spending money, if you don't know anything about the history of the distributor cap, open it up and take a look. And let's do that on this 450 SL. You can see it looks like the coil wire's just fine, so we'll pop the cap off. Well, look at that. Let's pull the rotor so you can see the rotor too. Look at the burning on the tip of the rotor, and look at the cap. Look at the burn marks in the cap there and the corrosion on each one of those points. It's very severe, very deeply pitted. You can't believe how many engines I've just pulled the distributor cap off, and this is what they look like. And of course, this pin here, contact pin with the rotor, is almost completely worn off. That's worn down. I've had a couple of these where I've seen severe burning right here, which can cause a problem. So this engine right here is going to get a new cap and rotor before I do anything else. Now let's go on to number 2. And number 2 is also something quite simple, quite inexpensive, something you can do yourself and often overlooked, and that's the spark plugs. You can't believe how many problems I've seen with these engines just related to spark plugs. Either the spark plugs are old, fouled, worn out, or they're the wrong spark plug. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to remove one plug, and we're going to take a look at it. That can give us an idea how well the engine's been running. Also, whether or not the right plugs. Look at that, spark plug is loose. That's also something I've run across on quite a number of occasions. People put these plugs in there and they won't tighten them down. All right. You can see it wasn't in all the way. They had run it up against the washer. But, let's see, auto light. Oh boy. Well, right there, you know, once again, I just shake my head when I see some of the plugs that get put in here. You know, this might not be as bad as putting in platinum or iridium plugs, but who knows the quality of this Autolite. It doesn't appear to be burning a lot of oil, and it's not sooted up, so the last time it ran, at least it wasn't running too rich. This is pretty funny here, folks. It really is. I mean, a loose spark plug, Autolite plug, and who knows what else. All right, now let's talk about number 3, and this one's really important. Testing. This next one is often This next one I want to talk about is not so obvious, often overlooked when someone is particularly trying to get a fuel-injected K-Jetronic V8 to run right, and they're throwing parts at it, and the engine, will lope and it'll run rough and it won't produce any power, and they're just pulling their hair out, spending money after money on parts trying to get the engine to run properly, and oftentimes it is a problem with the internal engine timing, particularly the timing chain. When the timing chain in these V8s gets severely stretched, I hope you follow me now, when it gets severely stretched, it will put the camshaft so far out of time that the engine won't run right. It won't produce the right vacuum, and you will never get the engine to run right, no matter how much money you throw at the fuel injection system. You can, get a new fuel pump, new filters, new regulators, and so on. So it's very important, if you have one of these V8s, you just acquired one, or you're trying to get one running like I'm doing here, is get the valve covers off, check the chain, and check the camshafts. If you haven't done so already and you have one of these old V8s, you'll want to pull both valve covers. There's other reasons than just timing chain stretch that you'll want to check. The most important one, of course, are these oiler tubes. These tend to fall off and your camshafts will wear out. You want to check for camshaft lobe wear. Excessive wear on these lobes will also create running problems with these V8s. Now, these lobes look okay, but we're going to particularly look at the timing chain stretch, whether or not this chain is loose. This chain's really tight. Sometimes you'll pull it off and you'll be able to get right here on the top of the sprocket, and you'll lift it up and down off the sprocket in just that amount of space. Then you've really got an extremely stretched chain. Now there's another way to check timing chain stretch, and that's doing a check of the marks and whether or not they line up, and I won't be doing that in this video. Maybe I've done other videos on this. I've done other videos on these cam oilers and the V8 camshafts, and I'll just put links in below this video, and you can go watch those videos as well. I'm not going to repeat myself here, but there is one really good check to make to see whether or not your engine has excessive chain stretch, and that is on the left side here, and it's looking inside the valve cover. Just flip the valve cover over and look at this area right in here, right above the chain. And if you see marks, grooves in the aluminum, I've actually seen these wear through the aluminum valve covers. But if you see marks, that's going to mean that the chain is so loose that it's slapping against your valve cover. And definitely the chain will need to be replaced. Now this is one of the nicer ones I've seen. Look at how clean this is inside. And notice there's not even the slightest mark. So I know this chain is running real tight, and this is not going to be something I'm going to have to worry about when I go to get this engine running. But I am going to get new plugs. I'm going to get a distributor cap and rotor. And there's one other thing I want to do before I go back and start messing around with the fuel system. As long as I've got one plug out, I'm going to take the rest of the plugs out. In the next video in this series, I'm going to do a compression test. Now this engine's been sitting for 5 years, so I need to do something else before I do the compression check, and I'm going to cover that in the next video.